David Piccini, can you tell me about the announcement this morning?
Yeah,
or this afternoon, sorry.
This afternoon's great announcement, $5.1 million to our lower tier municipalities, additional funding to our upper tier, to our counties of Northumberland, County of Peterborough, and region of Durham, to support our lower tier municipalities in delivering the critical services that residents depend on. We know COVID-19 has had an effect, whether it be providing free transit, whether it be supporting with deferral of certain taxes here for our small businesses. Our municipalities have stepped up to the plate. Now we are too, as a province, and supporting our municipalities, again, $5.1 million to support all of our lower tier municipalities in the riding of Northumberland, Peterborough South, to support them in delivering the vital services that our residents depend on.
Where can this go, I guess? Talk a little bit about more, if you can, just where can this go, where can this funding go?
Well, it's a great question. Discretion's going to be given to our local municipalities. I mean, they've stepped up big time, and at a very local level, I've been doing a number of town halls with our local mayors. You know, what is needed in Brighton isn't necessarily the same thing that's needed in Port Hope and Cobourg. Here in Port Hope and Cobourg, we've got, obviously, they run transit services that we don't run in other more rural areas. So, you know, to fulfill with transit shortfalls, I was speaking with the municipality of Port Hope, for example. They were talking into the tens of thousands in shortfall for lost revenue from transit riders. This is going to help make up those shortfalls so that we can continue to deliver the vital services that people depend on, accessible transit, etc. So, you know, this is what that money's going to go and support. It's in response to an ask from AMO, a response to an ask from the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. We've been working closely with the federal government on this, and it's cost shared 50-50.
Last thing, it's an announcement like this. Again, I don't cover politics a lot, but I find this is big numbers for local municipalities. This will help.
Yeah, I've spoken with almost all of the mayors, or left voicemails with the ones I didn't get this morning, and the mayors that I did speak to said this is huge. This, in many respects, is more, you know, than they originally forecasted. This is going to help them immensely fulfill those shortfalls. We know that, you know, at the end of the day, people in our community don't care what level of government. They just want help, whether it's getting from A to B, getting back to work now via public transit, or getting to do your groceries, or, you know, whatever it might be, the services that you depend on at a municipal level. They don't care what level of government, they just want the supports. And now we're stepping up big time to support our lower tier municipalities. And in rural Ontario, when the budgets are so thin, you know, what's the alternative? Go to the tax base to get to raise taxes at a municipal level. And we want to help our municipalities avoid that by supporting them with this. At the end of the day, there's only one taxpayer, so we have to be really prudent in how we allocate these funds. But at the end of the day, this is to support residents of our communities in maintaining the vital service levels that they've come to expect.
Last question, forgive me. How long has this been in the works for?
Well, you know, I sit on Standing Committee on Finance and Economic Affairs, and we've spoken with municipalities across the province of Ontario where they've outlined line by line some of the challenges that they're facing. And so this has been in the works for the past number of months. This has been an ask from the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, an ask at the Federation of Canadian Municipalities across this country, and the province successfully has stood up and has delivered on the ask. The ask was $4 billion here in the province of Ontario. We're stepping up. We've negotiated with the feds to do just that. The province of Ontario is stepping up to cost share 50-50 in phase one of our Safe Start Restart program, so that we can get back to the new level of normalcy, so we can get back to work. You know, I see a lot of people posting on Facebook and others, they want to get back to work safely. This is about supporting our municipalities in getting back to deliver those services people depend on, so that we can get back to work and get back to our day-to-day lives.